Hey guys, welcome back to the Milsurp Man channel. Guys, I'm very excited for what I've got to show you guys today. We're going to be doing some 30 caliber carbine ballistic tests. Now, I want to go ahead and give a special thanks to Clear Ballitics for supplying us this gel block free of charge. This is FBI spec gel block that they offer, and they sent it to us to do this testing free of charge. So go over there and check them out on their website. They're really great for picking up some ballistic products if you're interested in doing some on your own. Also, I'd like to give a special thanks to Centerfire Systems right here in my home state of Kentucky for supplying us this Quilted uniform, and we'll get into that here in just a second. So if you're a military surplus firearm collector or an enthusiast like myself, you've heard your probably entire life that 30 carbine cartridge is kind of anemic. It's weak, it doesn't have any energy or power. There's even an old myth during the Korean War that the 30 carbine cartridge would just bounce off Chinese's frozen quilted uniforms. Well, like I said, we don't have frozen conditions because it's like 90 degrees, but we do have a quilted uniform supplied to us by Centerfire Systems. So we're going to be trying that today and trying out the cartridge, 30 carbine cartridge, to see what kind of penetration we get. So without further ado, let's go ahead and set back about 100 yards and try out our 110 grain ball ammunition at this block, and then we'll try our jacket later on. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, we've got our 30 caliber carbine completely refurbished by James River Armory. We've got some 110 grain full metal jacket ball ammunition, which is exactly what they would use in the Korean War. Standard ball ammunition. Now, I was dumb and left the magazines at home, so this is not ideal how to feed your M1 carbine, but we've got to work with what we got. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try it out. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we're up here at our block. You can see our entry hold right here, our small 30 carbine round, and look at this, guys. It zipped completely through this block. And check it out. You can see it just zips straight through. You got some permanent wind cavity right here, and look, check out there at the end of that wind cavity. That's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and throw the clothing on there and see what difference that makes. Okay, we've got our clothing on here. This is like 4 layers thick of quilted Czechoslovakian uniform we picked up from Centerfire Systems. So let's see what our 30 carbine cartridge can do with that. All right, guys, let's try this and see what it does. Looks like we're dead center as we could be right there, and we're almost exactly with our other round. It actually kind of exit out the side of the block here, so we didn't get to get a good reading on that, so we might have to try that again. But you can see it zipped right through this clothing right here, went into the block, and kind of deflected it a little bit, looks like, and shot out the side. So we might actually reshoot that one and try it again. Okay, moment of truth, guys. We got a direct hit right here. 4 layers of clothing. Let's see. Same group. Look at that. All the way through. Actually, I can't tell if that's can you tell, cameraman, if that's a jacket or maybe just some burnt powder? Maybe it looks like it zipped all the way through the top of the block. I think it's safe to say it's a myth. The 30 carbine cartridge cannot penetrate wool clothing. That's actually doubled up to 4 layers of quilted clothing. Granted, we're not in negative 20 degrees in the chosen reservoir, but we are in somewhat cool condition. It's a little warm today, but I think that's enough doubled up on clothing to definitely tell whether it would not penetrate or not. So we've actually got some 110 grain, I think, power shock. So let's see what that looks like on this block. All right, guys, we're going to try some of this Federal 30 carbine power shock from Federal. I've had this a while, so I'm kind of curious what a hollow point will do. It's 110 grain as well, but we got a soft lead core on top, so let's go ahead and try it. Like I said, not ideal way to load your M1 carbine at all. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody, but I'm dumb and left my magazines, so let's go ahead and try the power shock. Let's go look. All right, we got our 110 grain power shock soft point hit here, and we can see not a whole lot of difference really between it and the full metal jacket, really, are the cameraman? Nope. I mean, you got a little bit of maybe more permanent cavity here. I don't know, it looks pretty close. Definitely got more devastating permanent cavity up here as it exited, but really can't tell a whole lot of difference. Maybe it's the distance, it needs some more distance maybe. I'm not sure, but definitely zipped on through it, guys. I think it's safe to say that if you were hit by that, you'd be hurting. So I got one more thing, one more idea. We'll go ahead and wrap the block back in the clothing, and we'll try it with a soft point and see what it looks like, see if we can capture more of that projectile. All right guys, 110 grain power shock with commie clothing. Let's see if there's any difference here. Go check it out. All right guys, we just fired our power shock through our clothing. We can see, come right through there and actually skipped at the top. It looks like it's kept on going. So I think it's safe to say that either you're using full metal jacket or soft point, it's zooming through there. And we're approximately, what, cameraman, 50 yards or so? So maybe at another 50 yards, that would maybe deviate a little bit. But at this range, I definitely would not want to get hit by it. I've got one more thing, one more trick up my sleeve. We got a Henry and 38 special. I want to try shooting with this clothing here. Well, let's try that. All right guys, we got our Henry all weather 57 Magnum, shooting 38s out of it, so we're going to see what this looks like on our target. And one more for good measure. Check it out. So we just shot it with our 38 special. You can see here, went in, made a pretty devastating cavity and just disappeared. Doesn't look like it, actually it did. This is a very small hole exit of the block here, right there. So yeah, guys, I think I pretty much debunked our myth. Appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed the content, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button on the Milsurp Man YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more content, guys. Thank you and God bless.